Morning.
Morning.
Welcome back, lads, to another episode of Project Realise. Is that what we're calling it? Yeah, welcome back. Today is Monday the 28th of August 2023. Had a game 2 days ago on Saturday. It was the first league game of the season for Lisburn Distillery in the 3rd Division of Northern Irish football. We were playing Ballymacash Rangers, who were in the playoff last year to go to the Championship, so the 2nd Division in Northern Ireland. And so they're pretty much the favourites, or one of the favourites to win the league. Knew it was going to be a tough game. Again, beforehand I didn't know if I was starting or not. Turns out I wasn't, which is okay. But yeah, in terms of the game, we started off really strong. It's a home game. Lots of fans in the stands. Probably like, I don't know, a good couple hundred at least. It's kind of the biggest game I've been a part of, which is really cool. We started off really strong. All the play was in with us. We were doing nice passes, pressuring them, getting through on goal. Just couldn't score, really. Then about 33 minutes in, gets out wide. It's one of our guys, Kyle, who plays left wing back. Really a lot of quality in his left foot. He whips the ball in, and Ryan, one of our strikers, he heads it in. Great header. Good leap and great header. Great goal. So we were 1-0 up against the league favourites. That was pretty exciting. And then, I'd say about 5 minutes later, if even, they had a really big guy up front, really strong, really powerful. There was just a wee cross in. He seemed to be unmarked, and he just headed it in. And then, so it was 1-1, and then got to half time, 1-1. Then 10 minutes after half time, I got another goal. I couldn't really see through the players what happened that much, but they scored, and then it was 2-1 to them for a long time. It kind of turned into a bit of hoofball, just like kicking it, lumping it forward, rather than playing intricate football. That's kind of what their game style. They were doing that most of the game, and then we started to do that for some reason. But it was 2-1 for a lot of the game. And then I came on 81st-ish minute, so not long left. Got the ball a couple times, dribbled a little bit, did some simple but decent passes. Won a header, made a big call. Kind of not sure if I got elbowed or the ball hit me or I hit someone's head, but I got a mark on my nose for that header, but still won the header, so that was cool. Then they scored a counter-attack in the 91st minute. Then about 4 minutes later, the game was blown up, so lost 3-1. It was a tough one to take because we were all over them in the first 40-ish minutes, but we get to play them again on Tuesday, so tomorrow in the Cup. They said that the squad, the players that didn't play as much on Saturday, are going to get more game time, so hoping to get more game time. But if I don't, you know the drill. Going to keep working hard, keep showing my qualities, and just keep improving, and the game time will come. So I want to share something interesting happened after the game from a personal perspective. Basically, I came on 10 minutes to go, did a decent job, finished, got changed in the changing room, went upstairs to the bar with the team for a little bit, then headed home. And then when I got home, I just was noticing just kind of not so much negative emotions, but I guess you could call it negative emotions, and kind of just I didn't really feel like doing anything. Everything seemed just a little bit dull. Wasn't really bothered with doing anything, kind of just wanted to sit and do nothing. And so I was noticing these kind of unusual emotions, feelings, thoughts, which we'll just put under the umbrella term of negative emotions. And it reminded me of two things. The first being that the first thing that it reminded me of was the Buddhist phrase or philosophy of this too shall pass. And there's a popular clip online as well of Tom Hanks talking about this, which I'd recommend checking it out. Just type in to YouTube or online Tom Hanks, this too shall pass. But basically, the philosophy is just, if you're feeling down in the dumps, or just like not feeling like your normal self, just think this too shall pass, because those emotions, they won't last. No emotions last forever. And so like the converse of that is like, if you're feeling great, if you're feeling on top of the world, and feeling like euphoric, like this too shall pass as well. So it's basically just to help you in those high moments not get too high, and in those low moments not get too low, and just stay level-headed and not freak out. So I hope that makes sense. So that was the first thing that I was reminded of when I was feeling these like negative emotions when I got home after the game on Saturday. The second thing that I was reminded of was to observe my thoughts, feelings and emotions non-judgmentally. And so it seems like an odd thing to be reminded of, but basically my dad, for the past like 30 years, he's been a part of the Irish School of Practical Philosophy. And so just like growing up, he would share practical philosophy with me. So I would be exposed to kind of wisdom from over the years. When I say over the years, like the past thousands of years, like just wise people realizing like what's the best way to manage their minds, their bodies, and manage like society, I guess, as well. But it's mainly about managing yourself and just making like wise decisions. So one of the things that the School of Practical Philosophy would recommend would be to observe your thoughts, feelings and emotions non-judgmentally. And so what does that mean, like non-judgmentally? It means when you notice a thought enter your mind or enter your brain, you don't cling to it, you don't analyze it, you don't try to dissect it. All you do is simply become aware of it. You watch it pass across your mind, you simply just watch it and then let it go. Because a lot of the times the problems that arise are not from that original thought when it comes into your mind. The problems arise whenever people form attachments with certain thoughts or emotions, or they have certain reactions to the thoughts or emotions. And so that original thought becomes a whole spiral, a whole rabbit hole of other thoughts, and the rabbit hole and the cascading or the spiral of thoughts is the issue, rather than that original thought that you had. So whenever you can, whenever you have a unpleasant or a thought that you don't particularly enjoy or want to have, don't try to fight it. Simply observe it as it enters your mind. Just be aware of it, and then eventually just let it go. And that's often harder to do, harder done than said. Is that it sounds backwards, but it's easier to say than do. That's what we're going with. And so, like with any skill, it's like something that you can practice. I think the best way would be firstly to build that awareness that you're having those thoughts and feelings, and the best way to build awareness that I know is through meditation. And then the second way is kind of like whenever you realize you're feeling those feelings, or you realize you're having certain thoughts, you just remind yourself to observe non-judgmentally. So if you catch yourself having a thought and then reacting to it, you just take a step back, and I'd recommend doing some sort of breathing to kind of short circuit the mind, get the mind to calm down, and then you can just remind yourself to observe non-judgmentally. So to do a quick recap on that, the best way to get better at not reacting to your thoughts and feelings is, first of all, build that self-awareness through meditation, and second of all, whenever you catch yourself reacting to your emotions, you do some form of breathing to essentially short circuit your brain and body, and then that's the point where you can begin to just simply observe your thoughts and feelings rather than reacting, and then move on from there. Hopefully that makes sense. That sort of stuff will come up more over the course of the videos, especially like the meditation and the breathing, because it's an important part of mental performance. Yeah, so hopefully you found that video interesting, and let me know in the comments if you did or did not. Thanks very much again, you legends, for joining me on this episode of Project Realize. I'll see you next time. Yeah, I've got a game tomorrow, so I'll let you guys know how that goes, and hopefully we'll have some game clips if I get playing. We'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.